Hi there, folks. This is Keegan Van Hook, and this is Us As We Are. Today we're in Talent, Oregon, surveying the damage from the recent Almeda Fire, talking to survivors and volunteers. So let's go see who we can find. Oh my God.
All the tins.
Yeah, it looks like it used to be like a restaurant kitchen. So to start, why don't you just introduce yourself and what you're doing here?
Hi, my name is Laura Quintero. I'm a board member of Talent Maker City, and I'm here to help the Latinx community that was affected for the Alameda fires here in Talent.
And what is Talent Maker City?
Talent Maker City is an organization that help makers here and artists locally, and also we have education programs with kids, with Latinx kids, and we help the community, and we have a shop here, and we are involved with the migrant program here in Talent and Phoenix, and we have different type of workshop for kids, adults, and also we have sometimes summer camps for kids. So we did a little bit of everything around here, and yeah.
So this operation, can you tell us about sort of what the process is, what you are doing to help with the crisis?
Now we are providing some of the first necessity items like detergent, uh, baby wipes, diapers, food. Also, we have hot meals every day for the community. We have information here. This is our table of information, and we always have people who speak Spanish for our community. So we are trying to have an environment friendly and inclusive for the people who don't speak English, and uh, we have a website. It's called talentmakercity.org, and if people needs information about the applications and everything for resources, we have a link, a special link, and also we have a link for people who don't speak English, and this link connects to emails with bilingual people that can help the community.
So what have you found is the largest need that needs to be met for the affected communities out here?
The need for now is like providing the first necessities for now, but in the future we will need like temporary housing, and also help with the building and everything for the people who lose like all the houses and businesses and everything. And our huge concern is to bring our Latinx community back, because now they are like some are in California, some of them are in Medford, some of them are like everywhere. So we are trying to keep our Latinx community here in Talent, because they are like super important for us, and we are fighting and making what what is the most like, we're trying to do our best for them. So I think it's the priority of for us, like keeping our community together.
Another question, the neighboring communities of Ashland and Medford that weren't so badly affected, what role do you think that they might have in the process of kind of healing from this whole tragedy?
Uh, they have a couple shelters. They have a shelter in Ashland, and they have a shelter in the expo in Medford, and we are in communication with them, and we are trying to like, if they don't have something, we can bring the supplies to them, and it's the same for us. We are like we are like a team, and we are trying to do our best for the people is in need.
Right on. Well, thanks so much for talking to us. Any last words you want to add?
Uh, I think that it's important to remind to the people that without the Latinx community, we are nothing. These people who lose everything, they are hard workers. They are still working in the farms, in the fields, picking up all the vegetables, and they maybe don't have a house, but they're still working because they are like, for me, are the most hard worker and resilient people that I know.
Right on. Thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
So to start, why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Petra Angula, and I lost my home here at 430 Village Court in Talent, Oregon. I've been living here, almost 14 years, and not even in a million years I think this would happen to me.
And so this was the home here.
Yes, this was my home. This is my Nissan Armada, my son, my husband. He's in the back, so yeah. But it's really sad, it's really devastating, and this seems like a nightmare. I just want to go to sleep and never think this happened.
So tell us about the evacuation, like what sort of led from it being a normal day to you finding yourself out.
I was with my twin daughter. He's a twin from my twin daughter. They're my smallest one's 15. And I was in the store with my twin daughter, and then my twin son texts me and tells me, "Mom, you need to get here. It's popping. I could hear noises, and I think it's fire." And he jokes around, so I didn't thought it was true. And when I saw cops everywhere and everything, they were talking about Talent, and fire, Ashland and stuff. So I was on my way over here, and by the time I was on my way over here, they didn't let me pass. So my husband had to get off here and race in Talent and start rushing to get the kids out, because my 15-year-old and my 18-year-old were in the house. So it's pretty bad. But I was out. I was not in the house.
So
The evacuation was pretty like, boom.
very sudden.
Yes.
Were you able to save anything?
No.
My God.
Nothing at all.
So then when you came back and you found it like this, what was your reaction?
I started in tears, crying. I don't even think I have any more tears. I've been crying and everything, and it's sad. It hurts, because this is your home, and to find it, in ashes. There's only ashes and memories. There's nothing left anymore.
And so what do you think you'll do now? Did you own this home? Do you plan to rebuild it?
No. I'm planning not even to live here near Talent or Phoenix. It's sad. It's really sad, and I don't think I'll be able to do it.
So where do you think you might go?
I don't know, maybe I was thinking about the area Medford, around that area, so more further than here. Yeah.
Further into the urban area.
Yes.
So we've talked to some of the people who are setting up the relief stations and other kind of like volunteer charity efforts. What do you think of that? Yeah, and the shelters.
It's fabulous. People have been, I think it's a community where we help each other. We've been united together and everything, helping each other, and that's awesome. That's great. What they're doing, the foundations, everything. So.
Well, is there any chance you would like to sort of show us around the ruin and sort of show us or tell us about what it used to be?
Well, my neighbor just to live here, Mike. Then it was Mike. Then it was Robert, Martha, and then at the end, very end, I don't know. I knew them, but I don't know their name exactly. I know her name was Michelle, and then it was Penny. And then it was Charles and my neighbor Renee. So there was 8 units here. So, we were very friendly. We would help each other. We would, every time, good morning, good afternoon, hi, everything, and I remember, I would not forget that. I remember one time Mike, my neighbor, I had to call the cops because he wasn't answering and his garage was all the way open, all the way to the top. And I thought something happened to him because I was a caregiver before. And so, anyways, so I was like, okay, how come he has his garage open and it was like 10:30 at night? I call the cops and they come and they see the situation and they knock on their door and he said he was dreaming that the cops were there and all that. But he was so thankful. He said, I'm so thankful to have the neighbors I have, you know. We were just united. We helped each other, you know, and with this happening, it's really sad. Very, very sad. But all my neighbors were awesome. Yeah. Like Martha, her car burned down too. That's her car, and it's hard.
For sure. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, no. Other than, you know, the way that it's just ashes, you know, there's nothing left. You know, my niece and Armada, and, you know, it's sad to see it like that, you know. So.
Your name one more time.
My name is Petra Angula.
Petra, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I wish I knew more about talent in Phoenix before this happened. Just to have more of an idea of what this was really. I drove through it all the time, but just never fully ever like took it in, you know? It's a bullet casing. Gee whiz. All right, to start, how about you just introduce yourself?
My name is Dylan Wandler, and I lived here on Talon Avenue for almost 8 years now at this place.
And so let's just go to the beginning. How did it go from being a normal day to you having to evacuate everything?
Well, we didn't really get a chance to evacuate everything. I was over in Ashland working when we saw the fires start, which was in Ashland. But the wind was so crazy that I called my wife and told her that it was crazy windy and there was a fire coming her way, and she didn't even know anything was happening yet. And then within 20-30 minutes, everything was filled with, you know, black smoke, and we couldn't get back across town to even get back to Talent. So I was trying to get here to get my, you know, meet up with my wife and my 2 little girls and then head out of town. But by the time I got back into Talent and then onto the highway there was no way I was getting back to the house. You know, the whole Town Avenue was backed up. She could barely get out of the driveway here. So I told them just to leave everything behind and meet me at the other side of the town, and we went out to the Applegate for the evening and waited for everything to calm back down.
So you weren't able to recover anything?
Nope. No, we didn't get anything out.
Wow. So what is next for you then?
I don't know. We came back just to try to pull some memento sort of things out. Wedding rings were in there and stuff like that. I'm not sure. We're in Ashland staying in temporary housing, and I don't know what we'll do. I don't know if there's going to be anything to buy or rent when all this is said and done. There's so many people that are out of house now. I don't know if we're going to move, if we're going to stay here. I mean, yeah.
Have the relief efforts, like the relief depot that's set up over there and the one at the Home Depot and the shelters, have those been helpful to you?
Oh, yeah. And all the ones in Ashland. I mean, it's all of the locally done things with the local volunteers and the restaurants doing food prep, and all the donation centers. They've been huge. I mean, they've been amazing. We haven't benefited or seen any like state-run or federal-run stuff yet. I don't know if they even have mobilized that much yet, but yeah, oh my gosh, down here at the Maker City space and stuff, it's awesome. It's radical what everyone's done. I mean, it's huge. I don't know what we do without all that.
So what do you think the biggest need out of all of this is going to end up being when all is said and done? Like, what do you think these relief centers and other charities can do to kind of help with the recovery even more?
The next thing is going to be housing, you know? Like, I think that, I mean, right now, we were fortunate enough to know somebody who knew somebody who could get us into OSF, Oregon State Festival Housing. that they had available, and that's just because we're lucky. Besides that, I think making places for people to live. Um, Later today, tomorrow, and the next day, I volunteered with a group who's going to start setting up temporary, they're temporary still, but they're more permanent living structures here in Talent, like 20 or 30 of them. I think that's going to be the hardest thing. I think it's astounding how many people are without anything right now, house-wise. And I don't know how long it's going to take to rebuild. Years. I mean, it'll be a very long time before there's real housing again. Or people start moving, which would be bad.
Do you think that the valley is going to lose population because of this?
I don't know. I think most, like us, the first couple days after it happened, we were over it. Over Oregon and over living somewhere where there's fire potential and all that. But as we've been sitting around, it's just so nice, Like I don't know where else we would go. I just think a lot of people are going to stay just because it is such an awesome place. But yeah, it's going to be weird for years and years and years probably, finding rentals, finding places to even buy.
Well, to conclude, anything else you want to add for the people at home?
I don't think so. I mean, the people who organize all the local efforts and donating their free time to do stuff, those people, I hope they understand like how, I don't know where we'd be if we were relying on the federal or state programs, because my God, it was just so fast. Everybody locally reacted so fast. It was insane. I was shocked. It's awesome.
Very good. Your name one more time?
Dylan.
Dylan, thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
I am just still completely speechless. I can't editorialize at all. There's nothing to be said for this. It speaks for itself, I think. In any sense, folks, thank you so much for watching. This has been Us As We Are. I'm Keegan Van Hook, and we'll see you in the next one.